In exactly 2 years and 10 months, I have paid off 59% of my mortgage principal. I have eliminated $330,000 of the bank's interest and completely removed 20 years of mandatory payment from my future. And yes, I do work in banking. The irony is not lost on me. When I first cited those closing papers, I was looking at the same ordinary situation many million people face. A standard 30-year timeline, watching hard-earned wealth slowly evaporate in a mountain of front-loaded interest. But I had a burning desire to change that reality. I didn't want to spend the next 3 decades renting my peace of mind from a lender. I wanted to buy back my time, my future, as fast as humanly possible. So, what would your life look like if you never had to write a mortgage check ever again? Hi everyone, this is Daniel with Sense Ananti. Welcome back. When you look for ways to accelerate your payoff, you instantly hit massive wall of conflict. The internet is absolutely flooded with hyper complex financial strategies. You've probably seen one or two. Velocity banking, the idea of using a haylock to constantly chase your balance in a series of endless financial gymnastics, or intricate bi-weekly payment schedules that look incredibly elegant on paper, but ultimately lock you into a rigid cadence that kills your natural cash flow momentum. I ran the numbers on all of them and I passed, because the real conflict isn't choosing the right math puzzle. The real obstacle is structural fragility. If you blindly sprint into extra principal payment without a foundation underneath you, every single dollar you send to the bank has to do double duty the second life goes sideways. When the car breaks down, when a medical bill arrives, or when a sudden layoff lands, that money is locked away in the vault of your house. You cannot use it to buy groceries. Without a buffer, a strategy is just a trap waiting for a bad month. That is where everything shifted for me. I had a massive realization. You do not pay off a mortgage with a strategy. You pay it off with a runway. I stopped looking for a shortcut and leaned entirely into foundation I had quietly spent a decade building before the mortgage even arrived. Before I made my very first extra payment, I had years of strict, intentional budgeting under my belt. I had never carried an ounce of consumer debt, including credit card debt, no auto loans, no student loans since I relocated to the United States in 2014. And most importantly, I had an emergency fund that could comfortably cover 6 to 8 months of my family's expenses without a single paycheck coming in. That foundation changed the game. With a runway underneath you, every extra dollar you send to the principal isn't an aggressive risk. It's purely buying back your freedom. But a runway needs a clear path, and I realized I needed a way to actually see the progress. What you can see, you can definitely shrink. For the first 18 months, I manually logged every extra payment into a custom spreadsheet, watching the years fall off month after month. It worked perfectly, but it was too manual for anyone else to easily step onto the bandwagon. So I built a premium minimal iOS app called PayOff Pro. It does exactly what my spreadsheet did, but cleanly on your phone with 100% data privacy. You input your loan and it visually tracks your milestones, showing you in real time exactly how many years and how many months each extra payment shaves off once you log it in. Once your runway is clear and tracking mechanism is set, the actual execution playbook is beautifully simple. On a yearly basis, take 80 to 90% of any of your work bonuses or tax refund and send it straight to the principal. That is your primary lever. At the close of the month, anything left in your budget, push it directly towards your mortgage. The bank accepts every extra payment made towards the principal, no matter how small, be it $50, $100. So far as you're consistent, each one of them shortens the distance to the finish line. 2 years and 10 months in my mortgage journey, 59% of my principal is completely gone. The entire payoff is now 7 years and 2 months away and still shrinking. My specific goal for 2026 is to push the remaining balance entirely below $100,000. This isn't magic. It's just discipline with personal finances compounding on top of a deep runway. The ultimate result of this framework isn't just a lower numbers balance on the screen. It's a completely transformed reality. Two things can be true at the same time. You can absolutely invest while paying off a mortgage, or slowly building savings while chipping away debt. Many people do it and they do just fine. But I'm not here to tell you what to do with your money. Instead, I want to leave you with one quiet question to sit with you tonight or today. Look closely at your financial runway underneath you right now. Your savings, your debt, your emergency buffer. If you were to send an extra $500 towards your mortgage tomorrow morning, would that decision feel like a massive leap of progress, or would it feel like you just emptied a safety net you might desperately need next month? If it feels like losing a safety net, stop. Your project right now isn't the mortgage, it's building the runway, and that is exactly where you need to be. But if the answer feels like a pure progress, the runway is already yours, and the playbook is ready when you are. Again, what would you do with the rest of your life if you never had to pay a mortgage again? This is Daniel with Sensor 90. Thank you for watching. Catch you in the next one. Cheers.